So I got a random call today from a private number, and
Is
they
it
left
coming?
a voicemail. So when I
Okay.
listened to the voicemail, it was spooky. It told me
Okay.
that my mom sucks cock in hell.
Oh, that's the first thing YouTube is hearing. So that's a thing that we have now.
Yep.
Oh, you're welcome.
Your mother's a hero.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks,
You're
Steve.
welcome.
Justin,
didn't see the
start us
live.
up.
Steve, that's my favorite movie.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just get this ready.
Okay, well, you're not even going to explain it?
No, I'm just drinking some kava first.
Nice job, John. Okay. I'm going to hit record. Everyone good?
No.
I'm never
That
good.
doesn't
Let's
matter.
do it.
Yeah. No, I know. None of us are.
Really should be hitting record before you hit go live, but
Saw that.
that's on
It's on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yay! That's okay. We're marked as explicit, so it doesn't matter. And Ryan's missing.
Are you surprised?
Ryan.
We'll get it together at some.
Well, let's just start without him, and he'll sit
I
down
am.
and realize that he messed up.
I've already yeah, sorry. I've already hit record. Hey guys, welcome to the 3-episode podcast. Tonight we are doing our 3rd episode in our spooky trio. We're going to be talking about some paranormal activity stuff, ghost sightings, hauntings, all of that kind of wonderful jazz. As usual, I am your host, Justin. My brother is missing, so I'm not going to start with him. Oh, there he is. Oh, hi, Ryan. He had a bit we didn't know.
That was a bad bit. You should feel bad.
It was a very bad bit.
Oh.
Were you trying to I don't know, to play a prank on our viewers or something, right? I don't know what the fuck that was.
I was just because last week I popped up from it in the couch. I decided to pop up behind the couch this week.
I didn't remember that at all, so that was
No.
a doubly bad bit.
Well, my brother with his bad bits. This is Ryan, as usual. To my right, left, whatever. Then there is Val.
Oh,
Nice. I love that the wallpaper behind you goes through the whole thing. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
What is with you?
And then there's John,
Hello.
Steve,
Morning.
and then our special guest this week is our Aunt Mary Jane.
Hello.
Okay. So the first thing that I'm just gonna first we have to do, which now John's gone from the freaking camera. John,
God.
there he is. Okay, it's now time for what are you drinking, John?
So tonight, my cocktail of choice is 2 ingredients, and it's seasonal. So you're gonna take some bubbly deliciousness. This is a Spanish cava. It's actually highly rated. It was only like $10, which is even better. So you're just gonna go ahead and pour that bad boy in. A little bit more.
Just like a shot or two,
About half the bottle. Nothing crazy.
Appropriate.
Everybody knows what a mimosa is, which is wonderful. I love mimosas. They're delicious. I'm making apple cider mimosa.
Mm,
Like I said, 2 ingredients.
those are good. I've had those before.
So it's
Go
a
a little bit
mimosa.
less on the cider, a little bit more on the sparkling wine of your choice, and you've got a tasty beverage.
Nice. So
Now-
instead of
They're,
orange juice, it's apple cider.
they're
Yeah,
even
or
better with fresh pressed apple cider.
yeah, I believe that. The other thing you can do if you are in the mood, you can use cranberry juice, make a poinsettia instead.
Okay.
Very nice.
Heard.
Thank you, bartender John. Okay, so we're gonna kick it off tonight with the big question.
Did you get your letter?
Well, do we
I
want
got
to
a
do
letter.
letters first? I was gonna do letters
Let's-
right before.
I think we do it
recommendations.
first because I'm
Okay.
really confused and I want to know what our listeners have sent us.
I
Okay.
have no
It's a
idea.
very specific listener. It's our first listener and our most dedicated listener, I would say.
Wait. Before you answer,
Do
guess
it,
what?
Steve.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We wonder who
We
it's
know
from.
who it's from.
Oh, we
We
do?
know who it's from.
Oh, who it's
Oh.
from. I don't know this person.
Well,
Oh,
don't
it's probably
worry.
block things.
Okay, so our biggest fan, our mother, which is a very sad sentence to say, sent us all some mail, and in the mail is this nice little card, which you can't read off my camera. Oh, yeah, you can. There we
Happy
go.
Halloween. I was going to save these for Christmas, but Halloween makes more sense. Please open them all together on the podcast, Mom. Mine
Nice.
also says that,
Yes.
but that's
Oh.
not
Yeah,
all that
same.
mine had in it.
Can I
Mine
open
says
it?
mom.
What all
Yeah,
did you
let's
guys
open it.
get?
Happy Halloween. Okay, mine says that too.
Oh, I
got
just
that.
opened it.
Mine has a beer.
Yours has a beer.
Mine has
It
a
had
beer.
a
It's a
beer in it?
Mac- Mine has a beer. There's more in here too. Oh, an orange.
Oh my god. Really, John?
Wait, there's something else. Holy shit! It's my own wallet.
You're such a dick.
There's money in it. Thanks, Mom.
I want it. Can I,
So,
It must not
So-
be your wallet. There's money in it.
Yes.
so
Oh.
what did you guys get?
can I
So
forward the podcast, please?
Mine
Was
was
it?
empty.
That's awesome.
yeah.
So
Yes,
I
wait,
don't know.
can I put them on? Can I put
Yes,
it on?
Val, you can
Yeah,
put it
go
on.
ahead. So Mom made us all face masks with the podcast logo on it, which is
I
amazing.
fucking love it.
That is so cool.
Look
Thank
at
you,
that.
Mom.
I'll be wearing this tomorrow in the trade, and it's gonna be
Oh
awesome
my
for.
God.
Yeah, I'm gonna be wearing this at work tomorrow.
Yeah. Very cool. Love you, Mom. That's amazing.
By the way, you're welcome. I opened mine early so I could do the
Thank
bit.
you so much.
That's
Thanks,
why I pressed so
Dawn.
hard.
Okay. So
Yay.
now
Merry
that we open our awesome gifts, let's get on to the main thing of the podcast. So tonight we're talking about some haunting. So the first question I'm going to throw around the virtual Zoom room is: do you believe in ghosts? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because my answer is about the same as when we did the Alien trio, which is it's plausible. I don't see any reason for them to not exist. I do think that the Warrens made a fuck ton of money off of idiots, but that's my own thing on that. I don't have much love for the Warren family. That's just my own thing though.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm pretty agnostic about ghosts too. I mean, like, I've definitely been weirded out by going places, like been in a space and felt odd about being in that space, like something was there with me or something like that, but I've never actually seen any conclusive evidence. I think there might be a better explanation, but at the same time, I don't think that necessarily ghosts don't exist.
Yeah, I sort of think I've had some really weird experiences, and I have some pictures to show you guys tonight. However, I'm not religious. I don't really believe in the human soul, and therefore not really believe in ghosts, but I believe there is something that's unexplained. So I'm much more of a biologist. To me, it's biologically impossible. However, that doesn't mean that there's not some form of energy. I mean, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So I think there's a lot of energy out there that's unexplained. And if it's in the form of a human, or we think it's in the form of a human, or etc., there's definitely some stuff that's unexplained that's
Yeah,
out there.
I'm in the same boat. I don't believe in the whole soul thing so much
Yeah.
as like a religious purpose. I think it's more of the impression that we leave in the
Mhm.
universe. It's more of, like Mary Jane said, it's more of like an energy signature. If you want to use like
Magnetic energy or some
blood
form of
or
energy.
yeah, some kind of energy that
Mhm.
is, that's why you hear of places being haunted, because you spend the place that you spend a lot of time in has a lot more of your energy than other places would.
Exactly.
So that's more where my mindset is ghosts are more unexplained energy phenomena.
And to actually think a ghost can have a thinking brain and to be able to reason, I'm just not going for that.
Yeah.
So I am kind of in the same boat that you guys are. I'm a pretty spiritual person, not really towards any one thing. I'm pretty agnostic when it comes to most things. But I think there's something definitely to be said about I don't know if it has to do with like the electromagnetic field of the earth and like the electromagnetic field that we have and like the way that it like leaves an imprint. I obviously nobody fucking knows, but I think that I am more inclined to between like what I have experienced and what I don't know, but what I don't know. I believe that something is going on. Do I think it's like, Slimer that's like going through the library or whatever he's doing? I know. But what I do think is I think that not the spirit world, but I just think that like energy can neither be created nor destroyed. And so there is something to be said about when our physical bodies leave, where, how it transmutes into something or another, and whether or not we can pick up on that or not is to be explained. But so, yeah, I'm kind of agnostic.
Sorry, just wanted to share a photo of our other
Oh.
member wearing his mask as well. So
Oh, that's cute.
Wait, Travis got
I
one
can't
too?
believe Travis is in college. Oh my God.
yes, Travis got one too because he is, a member. He is every once in a while what is it called when you're not a season regular?
No, gee.
He's a contributing artist, I guess we'll say.
Contributing artist. I like that. That works.
We
Oh,
do
that's
use his
nice.
voice every single episode.
I was
so-
about to say that we use his voice every episode. So
Yeah.
Whatever. What about you, Steve? Because I know you're very much about like, not ghosts and so much, but like the horror genre. So what is your feeling on ghosts per se?
I don't know if you could really call them ghosts, but I do believe in an entity that is not always seeable. So I kind of believe that they are real, even though if it's either an energy source of unknown origin or something else. So I kind of do believe in it. I've had my fair share of run-ins with more or less the paranormal. So
Okay.
I kind of
we'll get into stories. That's definitely something that I want to get into because that's kind of the whole point of this episode. But I just want to start off with some grounding questions, I guess. So my next question is: if you heard a ghost talk to you, would you talk back to it?
yes.
Hell yeah,
Fuck no.
no reason to be rude.
No, exactly.
Of course not.
You have to find out what's up, homie. How you doing? Why you here?
So if you just heard an unbodied, again, that's probably the wrong word for it, but an out of body voice somewhere that's very creepy. Like if you just felt cold and you heard a voice, you wouldn't run, you would talk to it.
I live alone and it's dark in my house right now. This is so fun. I'm having such a good time, guys.
Hey, now you know how I felt last week, Val.
That happened in our old house. Julia and I were sitting at home. We're the only two home. We're at the kitchen table in the other house. And, a couple people on different occasions said they saw a kid in the hallway, which was kind of bizarre. But we were just sitting there having breakfast or whatever it was at the kitchen table. And we both heard something say, "Mom." We were the only two home. So I went down the hallway to look. I'm like, okay, there's got to be an explanation for this.
Clearly the cat was hungry.
Well, it could have been something. Who knows what it was? It was just weird. It was bizarre. I didn't run away from it. Not like when I was a kid, but it was weird. It was weird.
Okay.
I probably should.
But I would go towards it.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's playing with fire. Like if I was to like, hear something, I mean, there have been very few times in my life that I've actually heard something that I didn't like. I don't really have a lot of like reasons to have like auditory hallucinations or anything. But I just don't feel like it's a good idea. I feel like no matter what, it's just not a good idea, because either it's gonna say something that you want it to, and then you're gonna be like, holy shit, or then it's gonna do something that you don't want it to, and then you're really gonna be like, holy shit.
Well,
Of
you
course,
kind
if it's like in
you
the
always have to
Amityville.
you always have to maintain the horror. You always have to maintain the thing of don't be a horror movie victim. And you know what the horror movie victim does? Goes towards the sound. Goes
Uh-huh.
towards the
Wait.
the
There's
body
no.
thing.
They do one of two things: they either go towards it or they run completely away from it. They don't do. There's no in between for that. For most horror movies.
Choice. Run
Unless
parallel.
you're in the Amityville Horror, and then when the ghost opens the door with all the flies on Rod Steiger and says, "Get out," he bolted from the house. He did the smart thing.
Not.
He got out.
Yeah,
Nice.
you
I took
listen.
my teeth
So
so I could talk. I feel like
you got sick of them, Val? Or just the end?
I feel like I can't speak like an intelligent human being with those things in. I feel like mush mouth.
There's actually never mind. I'm not gonna. There was an interesting Scrub story, but nobody wants to hear the Scrub stories. But
You're damn right.
okay, so I have an interesting one that's kind of a thought puzzle, I guess, or something to think about. If you
What
were
came
a ghost,
first, the human or the ghost?
no,
The ghost.
Fuck you, John. If you were a ghost, where or who would you haunt?
Uh,
I thought it would be an interesting question. You know,
I mean, Moaning Myrtle's got something going for her, just
Yeah.
hanging out in the
Yeah.
Hogwarts bathroom the whole time.
I feel like it would be really fun to haunt a strip club.
I'm in.
Because like people are
Boobies.
boobies. Yeah,
Throwing ghost bucks.
Yes.
yeah, my ghost.
I would be a poltergeist and haunt my ex-husband.
nice.
That's just mean.
Not if you knew my ex-husband.
That's fair. I don't.
No, I would want to stay with my kids. I would want to just be near my kids.
You want to be the ghost, that would be the angel. Got it.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it.
like the watcher, like the watch over. I don't know.
Oh, Uatu? From
Yeah,
Marvel?
let them know I'm always there.
Yeah.
You know, I'll shut the light off when they leave a room.
There's
That kind of stuff.
they'll be about to be like, wear a jacket.
Put the jacket on
Turn
the
the light off.
door.
My mom did.
It's
Isn't she
cold.
dead? Yeah, she
I
does
said
that. I
the
don't know.
lights.
Turn it up above 72.
Who turned on the thermostat?
Where did this peanut butter and jelly come from?
Close the refrigerator door.
Oh my god, can you imagine? If my mother haunted me, I don't know what I would do. Like that's
You'd be
I
ecstatic
already
is what you
her
would do.
nagging in my head at all times.
Like you just bring home a dude from like the bar. It's like, Val, another one.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Can you imagine that? I know, I live
Wear
alone.
a condom.
Oh my god.
Make sure it's BJ's brand.
Make good choices, Val.
My mom's like every single time I see her, she says, make good decisions. And like I can't have ghost mom telling me to make good decisions. And then I bring like some fucking personal trainer named Christopher home from the bar. And it's just
Really, Val? This
Fuck boys
one?
everywhere trying to make a pass, but I can't stop staring at my best friend's
he drives
ass.
a
Really,
Vespa.
John? Nice. Okay, so if someone told you that a place was haunted and they told you that there was a lot of ghost activity and there's stuff going on and people
When
have
we going?
reported there's ghost activity, would you spend a night in that place?
When
Are
we
they offering
going?
me money?
How much money?
No money.
When we
just
go?
the
No, fuck
experience.
that. What's
I'll
the
go.
point? I'm not doing the things for bragging rights anymore. I'm 30 years old. You're either going to pay me for my time or don't waste it.
I'll go.
No.
I'll go. I'm into it. I'll go into an abandoned building
No. I'll
you
go
know-
into an abandoned building. There's
at night.
plenty around me in Boston that I want to get into and just like look around. If you're not gonna pay me for my time one night, my lack of Wi-Fi, no lights,
Yeah, you
probably
gotta
have to pee in a corner somewhere.
See, that's the fun of it. You're not adventurous, John.
I'm very adventurous when I want to be.
Oh.
different kinds of adventurous. I'm not that kind of adventurous. I don't want to like be in a tent and like have a ghost diddle me while I'm trying to sleep and I have to like
Time
pee.
out.
What
Didn't
is a
you
scary
say you
movie?
wanted an Asian cryptid to get up your butthole?
That's a kappa. No, that's a kappa. That's a water demon. And he doesn't
Alright,
want.
what's the difference?
He wants the organ that lives in my butthole that holds my chi.
That's fair.
Different. He'll
Yeah, totally different. Yeah.
so different.
I
Yeah.
would say my answer to this question is the same as the previous question of no, I've seen enough horror movies that I would not. Thank you very much. I'm going to go sleep in my perfectly normal attic that has no weird sounds in it. I'm
Don't you have a
good.
fucking clown painting?
Yes. Please don't mention her because she'll
Dude,
come out.
Ryan,
I
Ryan,
hate clowns.
of all days, I need you to go get that painting.
Oh yeah,
right
you
now.
should.
All right.
Oh
You
wait,
should-
that's the one in the attic, right?
Yeah.
I'll go get her.
Yeah, go
Oh
get
man,
it.
I'll
Ryan,
go
we'll
get her.
stall
Clowns
for
are
you.
awful.
She might bother me tonight, but I'll go get her.
Oh
I'll
man,
get her back.
it's been there since he moved in. It's been the most terrifying
Wait,
thing.
wait a minute. The clown painting has been there since before he moved in.
Yeah.
We're not gonna see him again. That was the last time any of us saw that.
Ryan.
So Val, he lives in the attic part of it's a renovated attic basically, but behind where his bedroom is, there's a door. And if you go through the door, is the rest of the attic. So it's like a storage area, but there's stuff that was there. Huh?
He sleeps there currently every night.
Yes,
It's
yes,
his
he does.
apartment. He
Is
doesn't
he on-
sleep in the attic. He sleeps where the
He
renovation
sleeps attic
stops.
adjacent.
Attic
The
adjacent.
door where people can put their fingers underneath the door and rattle it. The fucking clown lady. Is he on like heavy horse tranquilizers to sleep every night? I would be. That's a
I
lot.
don't know.
So wait, hold on. Why does he keep the painting behind the
If
door?
I know.
Because it's not his property. It was there when he moved in, and there's two other
Oh,
floors.
I would
He
be like,
hasn't come back yet.
hello,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, there
Oh,
he
there we
is.
go.
Just be taking him.
Oh, it's a nun.
Wait, it's a nun?
Ooh, a nun. They can be
That
scarier
It's
than a
fucking terrible. That is terrible. I'm
Is
Wait.
that like two kids that she's hovering over?
Say hello. Say hello.
uh,
Be nice.
no. I'm getting sage, and I'm getting no.
That's
Oh
that
my
looks like
God.
marijuana.
My favorite part is
Hey,
look in her hands.
Sage.
Can you see in the middle of her hands? Do you see
No,
tiny
thank you.
little
I
Jesus?
don't look at anything. I don't
Oh,
see
I
it.
choose life.
Oh God, that's Jesus. It took a second to register.
It's tiny little Jesus. It's baby Jesus.
Nice.
Absolutely not. Wait, Ryan, why didn't you call the owner of the building and just say, "Will you please take this terrifying relic off my hands, please"?
Because I completely forgot about it until tonight.
How do
Now
you
I'm gonna think about it.
you're
Good job, John.
away from that?
Also, Devin, my girlfriend, is sleeping over tonight too, so she's gonna have to deal with it. The thought of this now.
She know about it?
No,
She
had
does
no
now.
idea.
Oh my gosh.
She's an angel. She's a sweet little angel.
Ryan,
what-
just go
Okay,
ahead. And
so
just
here's the
take
plan,
that and
John.
What
just
about the
yeet it out the
baby
window.
cherub
Wait,
that's
John.
trying to put a thorn wreath around her head?
John, I don't know if Ryan can hear us because I think he just put his headphones down. If he can't hear us, here's the plan. One time when you're down here, we have to sneak into his apartment and we have to screw it to his ceiling. So when he goes to bed, he'll look.
Absolutely.
I'll see you Saturday.
100%. Yes, please.
Actually, not
Yeah.
Saturday. I'll see you any other day after this Saturday.
Okay. I think that's a plan. So what's the creepiest or most haunted place that you've ever been in?
Okay, so wait, I have a couple of stories. I don't have a ton of stuff. But so I went to the Omni. There was this one guy that I dated, and he is an absolute piece of shit. If you're watching this, I hope you die in a fire. But no, he was a terrible person, and he was terrible to me. But we're staying at the Omni Hotel at some point, and I don't know if you guys know about like there's like
The one in New Haven, right?
no.
There's
Down-
the Omni is a chain. Think of it
Oh,
like
okay.
a Marriott.
yeah, so it's a really old hotel, and it's supposed to be super haunted. And we had some fucked up shit happen there. We walked into a room, and it was like freezing cold, and like both of us felt terrible. And I was like, I'm not staying in this room. I just like didn't want to stay in the room. It was weird. And then we were walking back to the room, and he like tripped and fell. And I was like, are you okay? And he's like, just get in the elevator. And then we got in the elevator. He's like, I swear to God, something just grabbed my ankle and knocked me down. And I was like, okay, well, I don't ever want to be here ever again. And so we got another room, and I ended up I covered all the mirrors. I covered all the mirrors in the hotel and like in the hotel room, and just like had to take a sleeping pill because I was like, fuck this. And then
It's the Omni Park Hotel?
the Omni Parker.
Parker Hotel. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a list of the ghosts, like the haunting list from the
It was very creepy. He was not someone to he was easily embarrassed. And so for him to fake falling down for whatever reason, he's not someone that would do that, because that's something that like embarrassed him. But yeah, so that's the only weird thing that I've ever had happen like in a hotel. And then so my best friend just moved to a house in Sharon. And over the summer, we were just like hanging out. He's got like a house that goes in the back to an in-ground pool. And we were hanging out, like playing, like doing tarot card readings and stuff. And
just playing with the Ouija board, just
no, fuck
whatever.
that.
Just all that shit.
No, tarot cards are different. But so I was going in the back to talk to him about something at night, and I went to go back in the house, and there was like this huge black dog standing in between me and the gate from the pool to the gate to the house. And I like turned around and saw it. It was huge, and I screamed. And like we started like looking all around with like flashlights. We couldn't find a dog. And then later on that night, they heard like stuff all around their house, and they heard like it sounded like pigs squealing, and like they heard like
That's just Sharon for you.
It's Sharon. Well, so we heard like a whole bunch of weird noises, and we looked up like pig noises and like big black dogs, and there's this phenomenon called a grim, and a grim is a large dog. They used to bury dogs underneath like churches and cemeteries as like the guardian spirits. And so we think that maybe it was like my best friend's fiance runs through the cemetery a lot. And he thinks that like, I think maybe it was like a dog spirit that like followed him home. Cause like there's no black dogs on either side. It was a huge dog.
Chalk that up to something that he'll never fucking ever do again.
Yeah, no, we still run through. So we still walk through like on the last full moon we walked through the cemetery, but I don't know. I always like leave a coin at the front of a cemetery and like clean off a grave.
Coin to your witcher. Oh, valley of plenty.
So those are the only two. Like I have a bunch of other stuff, but like it's all kind of like personal to like things that I would consider to be like my spirit guides talking to me, or like my relatives that are no longer with me, like sending signals to me that they're like watching over me, or like, there for me. But I've had like a ton of those, but that's all just kind of like, that's more of like the other realm rather than like things that are kind of stuck between one realm and another. So yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about everyone else? What's the most haunted or scariest place that you've ever stayed?
Well,
the house I grew up in was the one, but I've also been to Union Cemetery up in Easton. during the day and at night, and I have some pictures for you guys. And also, I've been to Dudleytown a couple times.
Hey.
Ooh.
What's Dudleytown?
Dudleytown is the most terrifying place in Connecticut that exists, aside for the
Yeah.
Warren residence, which I still think is half bullshit.
Yeah. The Dudleytown is an old town up near Cornwall, Connecticut. And of course, all the Warrens and everybody else, oh, stay away, stay away. And that was just a signal for us to go.
Of
But
course.
been to it twice.
As one does.
Extremely bizarre. The stories were very, very true about, I mean, you get in there, absolutely beautiful area. You get in there and there's dead silence. You don't hear birds. You don't hear the trees. You hear nothing. It's
Weird.
just completely silent. So the first time I went was with a couple of girlfriends, and we went in the back way on the mountain. We were lost. And we hiked in a good mile and a half or so. We started coming across some of the old foundations to the houses, and we could hear nothing. I mean, there was no birds chirping. We didn't see squirrels. It was nothing. It's like once we entered this area, it was very weird.
Ghost town.
But then we ended up coming across somebody's campsite, and they had newspapers from that day, and the campfire was a little warm. So it's like, all right, you know what, we need to get the heck out of here, because this isn't a good thing. Because it was October, a lot of weird people go up there that time, this time of year. So we started heading back out, and of course we were lost. So we started going where we thought we should be going, and my friend Maria was videotaping, just in case we came across anything. So we started hearing something in the woods next to us. We couldn't see it. Sounded like a horse going through the woods. Could have been a deer, but it sounded a lot heavier. So we started getting panicked, and we started running. And on her video clip, she's running, and of course we're all trying to get out of Dudleytown, and she tripped and fell. So in the video camera, she's going along. All of a sudden she trips, whoo, boom, down into the leaves, and you just hear her say, "Oh."
So that classic Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Shot.
It was very weird, because the second time we went into Dudleytown, we went into the right area, on the other side of the mountain. And yeah, I mean, we were hanging around all of the foundations, and it was just silent. It was just the bizarre things, the stories that people tell about it. It's like you get into the mountain and you can't hear the birds chirping or anything like that. And yeah, the times I've been in there, it was absolutely true.
That's very much like the place that's always fascinated me is Centralia in Pennsylvania. Do you guys all know what Centralia is?
Mm-mm.
Educate me, Daddy.
So Centralia is one of the things that was used to as the backing for Silent Hill when Silent Hill was originally created. So Centralia was a mining town. They had an accident. I don't remember the exact year, that underneath in the mines, and it caused a fire that's been going to this day.
Oh yeah.
And it made the whole entire town. They had to evacuate the entire town. So it's literally houses and like this whole town that's just sitting there abandoned because no one's supposed to be living there. I think there's like 2 people that still live there just on principle, but the majority of all the citizens are gone. The ground is cracked in certain places. There's smoke coming out of certain places. And that's the thing. It's like when you go in there, everything is silent, because apparently like there's people that died like when the fire started. There's people that go in there and say they can still hear the fire sirens going from like when the accident happens. There's people that say they see like miners and stuff. I don't know. It's a really interesting place, but it was used as one of the foundations, one of the backings or story points, or I don't know why I can't think of words tonight, but
you're doing great.
Backgrounds.
Yeah, it was one of the references that was used to build Silent Hill. So I don't know. I always thought it was interesting. It's always been a place that I wanted to go, but I've just never. I don't know.
Can you pass through? Because I know I've heard of it.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, you're not supposed. There's
outsiders are not supposed to. There's 2 people. I think it's the 2 people that are allowed to live there, and you're not supposed to go through. You're not supposed to visit it because of the
There's-
active underneath.
Supposed to
the
set it
fire.
on fire either, but they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, shit happens. There's a similar one, I believe in Ohio, where they they stored nuclear waste underground. And of course that ended well. So now there's like 0 people living there except for like one person who's like the groundskeeper.
Oh, sorry, 1952 is when the fire started. That's still going.
Well, you know what I can tell you on that front? We didn't start the fire.
Uh-huh.
It was
The
always fun.
population was more than 1,000, and it's now down to 5 people that are allowed to live there.
And where is this?
Columbia County, Pennsylvania.
Hey, can I ask a question that I just thought of and I like want to know your answers?
Sure.
What is your favorite like ghost from media, like movies or video games or TV?
That's a good
Because
question.
I feel like that all of us probably have like wildly different guesses for. Should we go strictly ghosts? Because I feel like we've already done like spooky things.
So it'd be the white woman for me.
The white woman from what?
Union Cemetery?
Yes.
Okay. I actually have a couple of pictures from Union Cemetery to show you guys.
Did you actually get a picture of her?
Not of her, no.
Damn.
I tried.
Wait, did they make that into like a TV show or movie or something? Is it like a well-known thing?
It's a well-known thing for Connecticut people.
Around
for the most
Connecticut,
part.
right. Yeah, I've been in there during the day, and I've also been up there at night trying to avoid getting arrested. But we went in there, and okay. I'm gonna try and share an image again. I'll try again. All right. Okay.
Oh,
There you go.
This is Union Cemetery. My friends insist that there's a face in the grass over here, but I can't see that one.
Hold on, don't. I can kind of
Steve's like,
see.
I have to see it.
They insist that there's a face somewhere around in here.
I just see a large penis.
I could kind of see what they're saying with that.
Right.
Kind of looks like Dan Aykroyd from Coneheads.
Yes. Yeah. It looks like this. But we went up there one night and wait a second. I think I lost you guys.
No, you're still
No,
here.
we're still here.
I'm still here. Okay.
We're seeing your screen, so if you go to like the next
Okay.
photo, we'll be able to see it.
All right.
Wait, I could. Oh my god.
All I
Steve's
did,
like, I can see it. Steve, let her go to the next photo.
it's crazy, isn't it? This all we did, we were standing right at the entrance to the cemetery late at night. And all I did was snap a picture. It was a clear night in the summer, and this is the image that came up on the film.
Wow.
And then
what was the image?
see all the globules that they, all the paranormal activity said that these are all spirits, supposedly.
Oh, we're still seeing the cemetery. You gotta.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I am so bad at this. I am so sorry. Okay. How about now?
Yep,
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this
Works.
is taken at the entrance, and you
Was-
can't see the headstones. You can't see anything. This is all I got on the camera.
Wait,
Wow.
was it raining that day?
No, it was a clear sunny. I mean, it was not sunny. Excuse me. It was late at night, but it was a clear summer night. I mean, there was no precipitation in the air. Nothing.
Interesting.
You got all orbs. That's freaking
It's
awesome.
just nothing but orbs. So then when we got back, the next day, all right. Can you guys see this one?
Not yet.
No.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You share. Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Okay, so we brought it up on the old. See, this is a long time ago. You know my friend.
Yeah.
You know my friend
Yeah.
Maria. But anyway,
Yeah.
see the old TV console. But anyway, we had the image that we got up onto. My friend put it onto a VHS, and she got it up onto the screen. But look at over my shoulder.
The orb.
Gotta love a good sunspot.
It could be. You never
Yeah.
know. Exactly. So it was just
Yeah.
kind of weird. Yeah, and that's what that that was kind of interesting. But what freaked me out mainly, here's one from Carousel Gardens.
I miss Carousel Gardens.
That was a cool place.
Nope, still not up.
Oh, we're still on the TV one.
Oh,
Yep.
Jesus Christ, I suck at this. I really suck at this. Oh, photos. Here we go. All right. So there's the Carousel Gardens. All right. There's some orbs out front that a friend of mine took. And then this is what in Dudleytown.
Nope, you're just
I-
no pictures. Pictures are actually coming up.
Oh
I
my
should have just had you send them to me, and I could.
I should have, and I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
Ooh, it came up.
So see the arrow to the left, Mary Jane. If you click that and it goes to the next photo, we'll be able to see it.
Okay.
So
All right. I will try that. So that's another one. With the orb there, and there's some of the foundations in the back from Dudleytown. But
What's the story behind Dudleytown?
Dudleytown's an abandoned. It's an abandoned town up in
I just
northwestern
had
Connecticut,
that up. It was never. So that was whereas.
and there's supposedly been a lot of
So it
suicides.
was never. It's an abandoned settlement in northwestern Connecticut. It was a village. It was never known as an actual town. It was part of another town.
Right.
But
Part of Cornwall, I think.
yes, yep, yeah, it was part of Cornwall. Yeah, I'm trying to find why.
This
why
would
it
be
was
perfect.
abandoned, but
Perfect music time. do 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 do.
really
Kind of fun.
Steve,
We started getting into this because of some stuff that happened at my house when I was a kid. My dad died when I was little, and my mother insisted that his spirit was somewhere in the house. There was a black figure that we used to see in the house. Certain people saw it from time to time. The first time I saw it, I was about 8 years old. It scared the living bejesus out of me, and I stayed outside until my mother got home. My stepfather was home, but I saw it in the kitchen, and that was enough for me. There'd be times where the dog would whimper and cry late at night. She would try to get out of the bedroom of this one particular room in the house, and the dog and the room would always be cold no matter how high the heat was turned on. You could feel somebody sitting on the bed, or what you thought was somebody sitting on the bed. So when we started getting into this, some of my friends and I started getting into it. It's like, oh, this is kind of fun. Let's look into it. And a really good friend of mine saw this image, this figure, this black figure in the house. My mother saw it. A few other family members were able to see it. And so we got it into going. So I went back through a bunch of old pictures to see if I could find an image of it anywhere. And so if you can see here, all right, do you see this little boy in the picture?
You're gonna have to.
we're just seeing the collections.
Double-click
I
it.
see the picture
Yeah.
you're talking about, but
It's not pulled up?
No.
just double click on the house 2 one. Oh,
Did it
now
come
go over.
Go over?
Yeah.
Is that one?
Oh, or
voice
is this
repeating?
the one we're supposed to, okay, so this,
This one.
yes,
Okay.
okay. Yep.
Okay. All right. So this was in my old kitchen, and you can see there was a porch out here, and it was all glass windows. Okay. Glass
Yeah.
door, glass windows all the way around. Okay. So years later, when my friends and I started getting into it, we started to get into this. I went back through some old pictures, and there's the figure. Do you see it in the picture?
Wow.
Hey,
Yes.
rent, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly the way I remember it. When I saw it as a kid, it was just a shape. It was just a shape. It looked like maybe a large man or something, who knows, but it looked like, head and shoulders and just went straight down. But that's all glass. This is all
Get out of here,
glass.
Ghost
There
of John
should not have been a
Goodman.
shadow there at all.
Wow.
That's the image, and that's the image that people would see from time to time in the house, in different places in the house, and we actually had it on film.
I mean, I
Holy
like that
damn.
he is clearly attached to the Gordon's fisherman head.
Yes, exactly. My mother's candle. But yeah, no, it's just just right up in here, and just it was just kind of weird because this is all glass. There should not be anything there.
Wow.
So
That is terrifying.
Hey, you remember
That's
last
like
week when I did the Spider-Man
clearly-
meme and I was like, neat. Yeah, not doing that tonight.
cool. It's kind of
So-
cool.
So Ryan, so mom is something similar. Mom is reminding me in chat. She's reminding me of, I guess, Nana's house had a couple of these things. I don't know if you remember it. I don't specifically remember some of
No,
this
I
stuff.
don't remember anything like that.
She
I
said,
remember occasionally when we were both in the attic that there would be weird shit
Mm.
with my room. in
oh,
the
you mean
attic.
mom and dad's? No, I'm talking about Nana's house. Mom's telling me
No.
about Nana's house. So I guess
And-
there was a
Wait, time out. Not for nothing. You guys had a fucking crawl space in both of your rooms.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
hated sleeping over your house for that exact reason.
Yep.
Travis ruined everything.
There's a whole reason why I insisted that those were locked every single night.
Yeah, I don't think I ever at mom and dad's house. I don't think you. I think you said that you had some creepy stuff, but I never had
Well, I
anything
mean-
happen.
I've felt weird shit like on occasion upstairs in my room. Like on occasion it would be like I would feel like, why do I feel like there's someone standing at the end of the bed staring at me
Yeah,
and no one's there, kind of thing. But I've never actually seen anything necessarily. I mean, the dogs stare straight up at that ceiling all the time.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but I don't know. As far as I know, that's where the old lady died. So
Yeah.
I have no idea.
My dad built my house a year before I was born, so 1986. And so no one's ever lived in my house besides my family. And my roof would do this, I don't know, my roof would do this weird thing where it sounded like someone was like running across my roof or like stepping across my roof. And I remember
for assholes.
it wasn't really like, it wasn't like squirrels. It was literally like someone was like stepping across my roof. And I was always a little uneasy which is so weird because it was my house. I was in there all the time alone, but like every so often I would hear like, I don't know how to describe it. Not like stomping, but like someone stepping across. It would go all the way across. And I was, I've only had it happen with someone once. And the only time it happened with someone that I was with, the front doorbell rang and we went to it and there was nobody. We went to both sides of the house and there was nobody there, which is weird. But like my house, like there couldn't have been like anything. I mean, I live in the Bridgewater Triangle, so who fucking knows? We've got all those things last time.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode.
The Hakamaka.
Yeah.
Hakamak.
Yeah. No, well, so apparently at Nana's house, right, mom said that the back door and front door would open all the time at the same time. It like someone was coming through the back door and leaving out the front door. And she said there was a farmer ghost in the house. And she said specifically Cindy used to stand at the
Do
end
not
of
bring my
Cindy's
mother's
bed.
name in vain.
Not your Cindy, my uncle's ex-wife Cindy, ex-girlfriend Cindy, used to stand at the end of her bed and wake her up.
Ew.
I don't know.
Strange.
Night terror.
Apparently, Nana's house is haunted. You would think that this house, you would have think that I would have had some kind of thing in this house because this house was built in 1891. My house was built in 1891 by one of the people that, at least as far as we can see, one of the people that brought cable making to the valley. So yeah, we found some interesting artifacts up here, like papers from the like the 20s and the 30s and stuff, which was interesting. We found some kids' math homework. I don't know if I ever told you that, Steve.
Yeah, no, I
We
saw.
found some kids' math homework from like the 20s.
2 + 2 is tomato.
And a drawing. He drew a girl. He drew a woman in a swimsuit.
Was it a
Which
stick
was
figure
interesting.
with big circles?
It was not a stick figure. It was actually a pretty good drawing.
Did you keep it?
Yeah, we have everything. So
And right-
but it
Because you
looks
know,
like-
as soon as you get rid of that, they're gonna be pissed.
Yeah, well, there was like a room. There's a room up here that Amber turned into her library because I'm in the attic right now.
Oh,
There's
really?
a room up here that was turned into her library that, as far as we could tell, was like either a bedroom or a study room for the kid that lived here. Because that's where we found everything is above, like the crawl space.
Wait,
above.
time out. You mean the original room we used to podcast from?
No,
No,
Above
that's
that.
my
Above that.
office. Above that.
Interesting.
in the actual attic.
The 3rd floor.
I'm really glad I haven't been back to your house in like a year. Not gonna lie.
Thanks.
I'm also really glad I haven't been back to my mom's house in like 4 months because I don't want that coming home with me.
Well,
John, what are you doing? with
should
your
I
life?
ask should I ask the new people that live there? see
Yeah,
anything?
no, please do. Be like, hey, so just to level with you, 2 people died here. One upstairs, one, and just point in the general vicinity.
Right there.
Like there-ish. How y'all doing? You dead yet? Are your folks
No,
good?
just go up there. Just go up to them, knock on the door, and just say, "Have you heard a ghostly voice asking you if you've voted yet? Have you heard?"
All right. Two
So wait,
two
no,
reasons
so
why
wait,
that's
wait,
fucked
Mary-
up and hilarious because I'm
Mary
the
Jane,
one in the
his-
family who would be asking if they voted yet. And 2, my mother, as good as she was not quite as good as I was because I'm a Democrat.
So Mary Jane, his mother was an avid poll. And she worked the polls.
She
Like,
worked
that
the
was-
poll.
Okay.
She was a very great stripper.
Yeah,
I was about
Yeah,
to say,
yeah,
not
that's-
a
yeah.
dancer, right?
No,
Oh, maybe she's haunting the strip club. Like I said,
we both started at the same time in Seymour. We both became moderators about maybe 2 months apart. And so myself and my mother were basically fixtures at every local Seymour referendum, election, etc. If there was something to be voted on between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8 p.m., my mother or I or both of us were there.
That's cool.
And so, like we always joked, like we're gonna die, we're gonna be working these polls regardless. Yeah, no, I'm fairly certain that currently my mother's like in town hall, like,
oh yeah.
bitches better be voting.
No, she's they're having the elections at the middle school or whatever. They're having the elections there, and she's just standing behind someone, and they just hear her whispering in their ear, "You're doing that wrong."
Okay, 2 reasons why that's hilarious. She would do that, and she would just be that blunt about it.
Yes, I know, John. She was my CCD teacher for a little while. I know.
Keep in mind, your parents were my sister's CCD teacher, and while that happened, you and Ryan and I would just play Jet Force Gemini on the N64.
Yeah.
Still a terrible
Yes.
game. I hated that game.
Oh, seriously, John, you hate everything good.
I don't. I love
You have terrible
GoldenEye.
taste. No, you have
Um,
terrible taste.
But yeah, no. Hey, folks at home, my mom and dad died in my family house that was built by my grandfather.
oh God.
I'm sorry to
And-
hear that, but yes.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Wait, so
Both of them. Both of them. Not
So-
only that, there's a dead dog in the backyard and a dead cat in the backyard, both of
Oh,
which
yeah.
I had to bury.
I should tell them about those.
Don't do
too.
any of this, Ryan. I don't want to lose out on this sale that we've already had for like.
don't tell them. No, Ryan, you have to hand scroll. You have to hand write a letter
Oh,
and then
I'll
age
do
it.
this.
you have to put it like it's dated from like
I'm gonna
I don't know,
write
like
it on a
1800.
fucking quill.
Is that a real rule that you have to say if someone died in the house that you're trying to buy?
No.
Is that
No, not at all.
Not
No.
at all.
See, there's
No.
the truth and the truth.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
rented
No,
an
you don't have to
apartment
disclose
once.
that.
An apartment I lived in once, some guy murdered his wife and hung himself in the living room. Like 50 years
Wow.
before I lived there.
Fuck it. Send me
That's-
Haley Joel Osment.
That's sexy and fun, isn't it?
Yeah. We didn't
It was-
find out till after we were living there.
Val, he hung himself from autoerotic asphyxiation.
Oh, he caradined himself.
Yes.
Like it. Good
Oh
style.
god. So first my answer to that question, the most haunted place I've ever been is we went to Pennsylvania years ago. Amber and I.
Stupidtown?
No, we went and visited the penitentiary. Eastern State.
Eastern State.
Why do
Yes.
people do that? Why do people go to places that are haunted?
And we
fun.
specifically we specifically did the last tour of the day. So half of the tour was after the sun had already gone down and it was like pretty much dark out. Yeah, that was you get some weird feelings. Like I will admit that I've been in places before where I've felt weird or I felt cold. Being in that penitentiary, it felt very weird. It felt very wrong. Like you weren't supposed to be there.
Because you weren't.
Thanks for being blunt, Val.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this coming from experience because Ryan and I have also been there, but we went during the day
Yeah.
during a school trip.
Yeah.
I don't get why we went there.
Because the
I-
teacher wanted to go there.
I
That's
learned
like-
There's been a couple of famous
Nothing.
people that have been locked up there. What's the gangster that's
It was
it Capone?
It was Al Capone, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it for a second. And I remember, and here's why I remember that. Because me being me, 8th grade year-old me, I said, oh, Al Capone, he's a gangsta. And the guy literally ripped me a new asshole and said, he's not a gangsta, he's a gangster. And I'm like, well, fuck you too, piece of shit. I fucking hate that museum.
the other place that I've been that did not
Mary Jane,
feel-
I'm so sorry. I'm always this blunt.
No, it's really funny because I have a potty mouth. I've been just
Oh,
trying to be
thank
nice.
God.
because
So,
we're
by all
fine.
means.
John has spicy worditis.
Yeah,
The other-
I have
the other
spicy apple
supposedly-
cider worditis.
It's no
too.
fucking problem, so don't worry about it.
Hey.
Yay!
the other supposedly haunted place that I've been that did not feel weird at all was the House of the Seven Gables. That I didn't get any kind of weird
My
feeling.
roommate works there.
I didn't get a weird feeling from that either.
Yeah, it was just like a
No.
regular tourist trappy place.
I
but-
would like to stay in Lizzie Borden's bed house though.
Oh,
That's a bed and
so
breakfast.
We talked about you.
my parents used to have a boat in moored in
Talking about
Swansea.
spooky shit.
And we used to drive by, every time we went to the boat, we would drive by Lizzie Borden's family summer house.
Oh, okay.
Didn't
So
it
it's
turn
right-
into
You
bed
can
and
actually
breakfast?
stay in the one, like the room where she murdered, where the mother was murdered, or the stepmother was murdered, or the father.
Ah,
father.
Why?
It's a bed and
And
breakfast now.
An acquaintance of mine, like 3 weeks ago, stayed there and said that everything was normal and fine. Now, of course, I have to wonder what else happened that night, but I also don't want to wonder that because
Question. I have a question. If you
I would like to answer this possible question.
if you were sleeping in a place that was like super haunted with like your significant other, would you have sex? I feel like you should.
That's well. Thank you for saying what I didn't say, Val.
No, wait.
Uh,
There's a post. I've seen it a couple times on the internet, and it's like to scare away ghosts. Just as soon as you turn off the lights, just start vigorously masturbating and staring into the corner. It's just like they just whisper, "This is for you."
Assume dominance of the house. It's
If anything,
Justin. It's not semen. It's ectoplasm.
Yeah.
but like, don't you feel like that's kind of like if there's a ghost who's like, kind of like marking his territory by being like, I'm gonna haunt you. You like banging in his house is
I'm
like
gonna
the
assert
number.
dominance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shit on the floor.
Yeah. You gotta like jizz on the curtains and like, yeah.
Uh,
Wonderful.
Get your dick stuck in the ceiling fan.
Uh-huh. Put your penis in the mashed potatoes.
Oh, I don't.
No,
like
the
that
turkey.
one bit.
The turkey. Gotta put
Not
it in the
one
turkey.
bit. No, not okay.
And then
the
you put
one
your
house-
strong hand Take the mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Strong hands.
The
Strong
one
hand.
house I've always wanted to go to though is the Winchester house. That's the one place I've
Oh, in
always wanted to visit.
California.
That's supposedly
Yeah.
haunted. I've always wanted to visit the Winchester house, and not because of the haunting, because of the fucked up way that it was built.
Oh,
And, like,
yeah.
all the
Yeah.
crazy ass like
Kept
stairs
adding a
leading
room
to
on
nowhere.
every person that was killed with a Winchester rifle.
Yeah,
So the reason why she did that, the reason why
to
she
confuse ghosts. That's
No,
why she did it.
it wasn't to confuse the ghost. It was because there was someone who she had gone to see someone who had told her that the ghosts of the people who had been killed by the rifles that her family made, the only thing that was keeping them at bay from haunting her was that she was working on the house, and that as soon as she stopped working on the house and as soon as it was finished, the ghost would start to haunt. So that's why she constantly built new windows, little alcoves, stairs that went to nowhere, doors that went to nowhere, addition after addition. It was because you can only build so much onto a house before it's like, you're like, oh no, I literally can't do anymore because it's fucking done. So she would just like put little like pieces of things so she would constantly be working at it. And that was the reason why. It's so weird. That movie, the movie that they made about that was so bad. The Winchester house, so bad.
Wasn't
So-
Helen Mirren in that? think it was
I don't remember. I like PTSD blocked it out. It was so bad.
So I actually just remembered, I kind of blocked out a place that I've been before, and it was during a middle school trip, but I've been to Gettysburg, the Gettysburg Field.
Yeah.
And that was creepy as fuck. I remember specifically that you just felt very wrong standing in that place. It almost like you felt death. Like it just, yeah. I remember
I will tell you, Justin, like as a military historian, one of the things that I felt the weirdest about wasn't so much like being in the field. It was when they take you up the Confederate side's tower that they built so they can have like a high ground area.
Yeah.
And just watching, just scanning the whole field. And I think about that a lot because it's like, go back 100 years. There's no radios, telegraph barely works, if at all. And just picture being a general on top of that, watching that charge happen and just watching all of your men just get cut down.
Yeah.
Like that's absolutely god awful terrifying.
Yeah.
Humans are much more terrifying than ghosts.
Well, okay, so that's the thing. Like, I feel like if there's anything to do, if we're talking about like the general rules of ghosts, like, ghosts happen where people have unfinished business or people where people had like something that they have to resolve, that would posit that like any places with like mass murder or like, genocide or some kind of tragedy, would have much more, sightings of ghosts. Oh, you know what? I just fucking watched. Has anyone seen the new season of Unsolved Mysteries?
Yeah.
So they
No.
they rebooted Unsolved Mysteries.
No thank you. I get creeped out when I watch a Watch Mojo top 10 creepiest like disappearances videos. Like I'm not gonna watch unsolved mystery shit.
So
I just don't.
This one's pretty cool. They do a good job of making it not too scary. So the second season of the new version came out a couple of weeks ago. And one of the episodes was the ghosts of the tsunamis in Japan. And so there was, tens of thousands or maybe, I think it may be hundreds of thousands. I don't know. It's either 20,000 or 200,000 people died. I want to say 200,000. No, maybe 20. I don't know. A lot. But there's this phenomenon.
More than one.
Yeah. Like thousands and thousands. So there was this phenomenon where, and I don't want to give too much of it away, but definitely go watch that episode. There's this phenomenon where taxi drivers would take a client and they would drive wherever they needed to go, and they would go to let them out and they wouldn't be there anymore. And so this was happening all over like the province where the greatest amount of deaths had happened. And the reason why they have record of it is because the taxi drivers would have to pay the fare for the people that they thought were in the back seat and they looked at the end and they were no longer in the back seat. That's the only reason why they know that there's like, you know, there's proof that something happened. Like nobody would be like, oh, I'm just gonna spend $45 of my own money to fake having like somebody in the back seat and be like, oh, someone from the tsunami that died was in my back seat. They were like, it was like a reoccurring thing that all of these different taxi drivers were like, well, I have to pay it now because there's nobody in the back seat that was there when they had, you know, gotten in. But that was a really cool episode. There's a lot of really good, really interesting stories about like how mass death affects like cultural beliefs about ghosts and spirits and stuff. It was really cool.
So similar story kinda to that, excuse me, is I took a trip to London last year and I went to the Tower of London, which is like, you know, they
My bucket list.
it was awesome. Highly recommend, worth every second.
Yep.
I saw the crown jewels and I will go I will go back to the Tower of London. I will not go back and wait in the hour and a half line to see the crown jewels.
Oh, I'd rather see the tower. Yeah.
It was, yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was fun. I want to go in and like see like the dungeon because reasons. But to think of all the people that were beheaded, hung, etc. there, and like one of the tours, you can actually kind of see part of it when you're waiting in line to get in. You know, they literally have like a I think it's not Robespierre, that's the French guy.
Right, Robespierre.
The British guy whose name I'm blanking on, sorry. After the War of the Roses. They literally have a part where they air quote, they hold a not head there. They just hold a fist up like he's holding a head. And it goes, "This is the fate of traitors." And then he just gestures to throwing the head into the moat. You walk by this, and it's this whole castle is an uneasy feeling.
Yeah.
Of being in there.
Yeah.
That would be very cool to go to. That's on my list.
I will tell you, London was awesome. I would go back in a heartbeat. France was awesome, but only because I went to Disney. I have no desire to do anything French related, except maybe if there's Templar castles, I want to go see a Templar castle.
Do you feel like do you feel like places like that have like such rich history are more likely to have like spirits and stuff? Do you feel like the older a place is, the more it's just from the sheer amount?
Like I said,
not necessarily.
As far as the way that I believe that the ghosts occur, it's kind of like a stamp on a place. We have this energy in the universe, and the more that we're in a place, the more we leave our energy behind. So like a house that you're in for 60 years has more of your energy than anywhere else.
Yeah.
So more populated places are going to have more people's energy because more people are going in and out and all this. And the longer those places have more people going in and out of it, the more energy is there. And then the fact that it's old also adds a certain kind of feeling to it as well. Like there's something there. So you can feel, I guess the best word, the gravitas of a place, and then add that on to knowing how many people have been through that and feeling the energy of that. And that all adds up to why some of these places feel like that when you walk in. Like
it's also like if you ever go into like a school, like after hours when no one's there, it's creepy because there's
Steve,
no noise.
I remember, Steve.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Steve.
No,
hey,
but
do you want to come with me? I'm working tonight. Do you want to come work with me? I'm working in a school alone. Sure,
no,
Steve.
but
I've never been in a school alone before.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It creeps everyone out. It
The
really
second
does.
worst thing though is like there was a time back in Seymour, I was on the swim team. It was winter break, I think. So there's nobody in the school. And me being me, I had to run up and grab like a textbook real quick.
Oh, you're one of those kids.
I'm one of those assholes, yeah. It was god awful thinking like that somebody was watching me when nobody was watching me.
No.
That's fucking terrifying.
No, because you expect it to be loud like it is every day. And then all of a sudden it's not. And you're just like, all right.
Yeah, it's dead quiet.
Weird. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not normal for a place that you expect to be loud.
Yeah. Especially like for a place that has like children's voices and then all of a sudden it's quiet, that's
Well-
deeply unsettling.
Yeah.
All right, so Val and I live up here in Boston. I will tell you, at the start of COVID, the creepiest thing for me was being on Mass Ave in downtown Boston and not seeing a soul.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Very apocalyptic.
yeah. I mean, if you watch the movie, or like, I mean, The Walking Dead, aside from the zombies, if you watch I Am
I Am
Legend with Will Smith,
Yep.
Yep.
you know, you picture these places in your mind with tons of people.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody pictures them with nobody.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. That was it was very ghostly for a lot of it. Like I didn't leave my house much during that, but when I had to,
Lucky.
very strange. I mean, I'm just lucky I didn't have to. But my job also erased itself for a few months. But
Sure did.
when I would drive, it was very strange to have to like drive somewhere that usually took like 40 minutes, and it took
And you
20
get there in
minutes.
15.
it took like 20, like for there not to be traffic on 95. It was it's so weird how just like the presence of in a setting where there should be people and there's not, it almost automatically sets up your brain. I think partially it sets up your brain to try and rationalize it. And so from a skeptic's point of view, maybe, it's, when your brain is thinking, oh, I should be seeing people and it's not, that's when your brain starts to like, try and compensate and like maybe fill in the blanks for things like seeing things out of the corner of your eye or like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like your brain is constantly trying to make sense of why it's seeing what it's seeing. And so if it's all of a sudden seeing something that doesn't match the way that your brain thinks it should be, your brain may try to like compensate by, literally filling in the blanks from like seeing or hearing things.
Yeah, makes
Makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys ready
so-
for some of my stories?
Oh, God,
Go
yeah.
ahead, Steve. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wait. Steve's going to talk? Absolutely.
Give us your stories, and then we'll move on to recommendations before we end.
All right. So I have messed with a Ouija board before. That was pretty fun.
Wow. What, did you have a death wish?
No. So when I did it, I was with two of my friends.
Did they have death wishes?
No, Lisa and Melvina. Justin probably remembers them.
Yes, that makes sense.
So we were in Mal's room playing with the Ouija board because she had a spirit in her room. There was a young boy, so we ended up talking to the young boy. The boy was scared.
And then Chris Hansen walked in.
Take a seat.
No.
Take a seat. Take a seat over here.
Take a seat over here.
So the boy left, and we're just like, "Who's with us?" And it gave us a weird.
Wait, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Sorry. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sharing. Damn it. Okay, I messed up. Sorry. That was my fault. I was going to interrupt you with something, and then...
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
Skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skull will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
very good.
Sorry.
The best is for me is I fuck with my roommates with that song all the time.
Shorty.
Yeah.
Wait,
All the
I
time.
am not surprised.
They
Steve,
don't know it yet, but I'm gonna blast that as soon as I get off this Zoom call.
tell me more about your creepy boy.
Yeah, sorry.
I want to
Steve.
hear all about
So-
this creepy 14-year-old you tried to fuck.
No. So
Name
the
Kitty Cat?
no the no. I have a story about her after though.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, we don't talk about Kitty.
No, we don't talk about Kitty Cat.
That's the agreement. We don't. I love Kitty. We don't talk about her.
Okay. I'll tell the story later then.
That's fair.
You guys, I want to hear about the goddamn boy.
No, the boy left, and then something
The
else.
boy wasn't into it.
No, the
Of
boy left.
Of course something else came in. Of course.
So something else came in. We asked what its name was and what it wanted. It gave us a weird name. I have no idea what it spelled out.
Zanzibar.
Don't say it out loud.
Under-
God.
That's understandable. I can't read anyway, so works for me. we asked what it wanted, and it spelled at the time my girlfriend's name and to fuck her.
Hey, getting some ghost dick.
Oh, so the ghost was the one who was going on to catch predator.
Basically, so when I talked to my ex at the time, the day after, she goes, I had the weirdest dream. This is before I said anything to her. And she said that we were getting hot and heavy, and then all of a sudden it changed into this demonic looking, I turned into this demonic looking thing, and she kind of like woke up from like terror because it started being horrible. So yeah, that was a thing.
Ew.
Yeah.
So Steve, not to bust your feelings and shit, but you know that the Ouija board, they've shown how a Ouija board works, right?
Oh yeah.
It's called the ideomotor effect. It's basically like when you jerk yourself awake. There's those little movements that your body does.
Did not think you were gonna say awake.
It's a magnified version of that, of your body saying what it wants to say. So when you have your hands on that, it's your body spelling out whatever it wants to spell out. It's using its own movements.
Puppy.
He keeps hearing voices on here, and he keeps getting up on my
Here's the thing
lap.
is, my Noelle is snuggled up right over there. Noelle is snuggled up like a fucking dragon, but her hoard is just blankets.
I don't want to wake her up, but I think we need to see Noelle. We haven't seen our mascot in forever, John.
Noelle,
wait,
you want to
Steve,
come on the podcast? Yeah, you do.
What happened?
you have another story?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Story. Yes.
All right. So when I was,
oh, you got heavy. You're chubby.
what's
Somebody-
going on, John?
Oh, yes. You good girl. You ready?
Oh, John. Oh, that's a good
Hi,
dog.
Noelle.
Look, it's Uncle Ryan.
That's so
Look,
Look,
cute.
it's Uncle Justin.
We need to
It's
give
Auntie
Steve a
Val.
You need a stick.
Yeah. You good
No,
girl.
it doesn't matter. This happens to me no matter what.
I want to hear.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Steve.
go,
Go,
Steve, go.
Go, Steve.
I've been waiting to hear, Steve.
Go, Steve.
I got excited. I have a puppy.
Aw.
So I went to go help out my friend Patty move from her house, which she told me stories of this thing that used to live in her house that grabbed her son, left marks, grabbed her daughter, left marks.
God.
The dog freaked out. Her pet cat died out of nowhere. It said natural causes, but the cat was young, so it makes no sense. So in helping moving her out of the house, because she was on the second floor, we had to take a door off the hinges. So we laid it flat against, like, we kitty cornered it into the doorway so it can't fall on anyone. So the girls had to leave. I heard something. So my instinct was to say, do something. And as I was going down the stairs, the door just missed hitting me in the head.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
So I laughed at it, said, that's why I'm better than you.
You
Probably
don't
not.
tease the ghost, Steve.
Yeah.
Always tease the ghost.
Oh.
Goat
I
man! I
Challenge
dance
it.
on your bridge,
Right,
goat man!
Challenge it. You should have challenged it.
That was me basically challenging it, and it kind
Fuck
of like
you, goat man!
it kind of like slipped away for a little bit. Later that week, we went ghost hunting at the house.
As one does.
As
Awesome ideas.
people do. Lisa came back with me along with Stevie. Justin, you remember him?
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to see like what was going on. Lisa was very skeptical at this point in time, like didn't really believe it. Steve went around the back. She goes, I'm not leaving the car. So I'm just like, all right, so am I going to leave you here? She goes, you can't leave. I do not want you to leave. I'm just like, all right. So I'm like, I'm just going to, yeah, the imposter. So as I was getting out of the car to just walk towards the house, she screams, and in the top window, because it was now a condemned house,
No.
the lights went on. There was something there. Lights went off. She freaked the fuck out, and she wanted to leave. I'm like, yeah,
That's
Very creepy.
out of me. That scared
Yeah.
the shit out of me.
um,
I hate it here.
but these are all like, I just found that normal, so I didn't really care.
What do you mean you found that normal? What about that is normal?
Yeah, pretty normal to me.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like the
Nice.
voice I would like to hear about that.
You
Finish him.
have you like been
Wait.
I don't know what that one's from. I don't like it at all.
why
That's
is this
GTA. The death sound
Ah.
from GTA.
Indeed.
What were you saying, Val?
This was a fun, bad episode, man. Because I am not sleeping tonight.
so slow? I'm so like I'm a little drunk and I'm a lot scared and I
Val,
don't like.
I'm a bottle in at this point, so
I know I've been
I-
I've been drinking. Thought it would make me less nervous and it now I'm just drunk and nervous.
yeah.
right,
Now you're drunk and nervous. That's the worst.
I only have one more story for now, and
Wait,
it has.
let me break up your story with one of my own.
Okay.
So, as you guys know, or as the folks at home may or may not know, I moved from Seymour, Connecticut to Boston, Massachusetts. And I'm making that known because some people think there's more than one Boston that I'm going to reference. There's not. It's just the Massachusetts one. It doesn't matter if there's a Boston, Kansas. I'm never going to go there. I have better things to do.
If you're in New England, somebody says Boston, then you know it.
Boston. I'm a Bruins fan. I got my donkey. Yeah, nobody cares. I'd still drink Starbucks like an adult.
No.
But
Fuck you, John.
listen, I've got to.
Get to the story, John.
I'm trying to stop interrupting me, prick.
Now you understand what I go through on a daily basis.
Every single day.
We need a talking stick.
Just how are you and I gonna pass a talking stick, Val? Just
I'll figure.
I
that
have
out
the
later.
talking stick beer. No, so up in Naugatuck, there's a supposedly haunted road.
My hands up, I get to talk.
I can't see it.
Damn.
There's a supposedly like super haunted road, and so me and my buddy Brandon decided to like drive down it at like 12:15 in the morning because what else are we gonna do except for go to sleep? He turns his headlights off and just goes, "Oh man, my headlights turned off. Oh man, my headlights turned off." We almost actually ran into a log that was in the road that wasn't there 30 seconds prior when we had the headlights on and on the high beams that we could have seen that thing.
Was it a haunted log?
I probably.
I'll leave that
It's
one.
log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's log. It's better than bad, it's good.
No, you know what it was? You know what it was?
It sounds like aliens to me.
I love that we now have Steve on the soundboard.
I have a lot of Steve on the soundboard.
Hold on. I want to hear Steve's last story. His stories are good.
Val disappeared. She's invisible. She's a witch.
I
Go
want to
ahead,
hear
Steve.
story. Go ahead,
All
Steve.
right. So my last one is also going to be with the woman I helped move into her new house. We got into the house.
This is one haunted bitch. Steve.
Oh yeah. Yes, she was.
I want that on.
Yes, she was. So in her house, there was some strange things happening and only in one room. All right, no big deal. So me and Lisa went over there. We were taking pictures in like through the TV to see if we could catch anything because you can't take a picture legitly. Well, that's how we thought of it for the most part back then, which was what? I was already 20 at this time. Go figure.
So 40 years ago.
Yeah, 10 10, 11 years ago. No, not even.
How old are you now?
32.
12 years ago.
12 years ago.
You're welcome.
I don't
Steve
know.
don't do math.
I
He's a
used to do
barbarian.
math.
He hit with stick.
Yes, to do lots of math.
That's okay because John has his own down points. Like,
And I have no idea what the letter Q is.
yeah, see,
Fuck the letter Q. I don't need to see why it's useful. It has.
My last name starts with a Q.
Listen, Val. As far as I'm concerned, your last name is Walia.
okay. What'd you see?
I got nothing.
So
So
we can wrap this up. What'd you see?
So in the end of this story, we ended up finding a pirate in the picture, hearing stories how the house way back when the house was first built, there was a fisherman that used to live in the house. He used to believe that he was a pirate. And
What you want as a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
I literally
I
literally have that. That's one of our ringtones on the website.
yes, it
Yeah.
is.
love it. I love it so much.
But to make long story short, she wanted said thing out of the house. So we tried to coax it out, and I left the house with a nice scratch on my back, about 4 or 5 inches.
Wait, what?
Hell no.
Yeah. So I had about a 4 to 5 inch scratch mark down my back.
Oh my God. Was it double
Seriously?
lines or was it just like one?
Double
Double lines?
line.
Wait. I
That's-
needed to grab it. Really quick, but here it is.
Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Literally the exact same thing he just
Yo ho, yo ho.
said. Literally the exact same thing he just said.
But yeah, I do have more stories, but I think we're out of time for those, right?
Yeah,
we're going a little long.
we can interlude it if you want. We can do it.
Yeah, no, save them, Steve.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, John, you are back, and Ryan is gone. So, but that's fine. We can get to Ryan. So it is that time.
What time?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is recommendation time.
I don't know the ladies or gentlemen though.
Oh, that time.
Yeah, that time. So who wants to head us off tonight? Oh, look, it's Pocket. Ryan, do you recommend
Pocket! Bunny. Bam, bam,
Bunny
bam, bam.
dog.
I'll go first.
He was
Okay.
making noises in my kitchen, scaring the shit out of me. So I went and got him.
Well, it wasn't because he was trying to scare you. He was trying to warn you. I recommend Pocket this week for saving my best friend's life.
All right. So I got 3 things today. So you guys, I'm gonna take my teeth out here.
Well, just barked.
So
Oh, she's
I
being dumb.
have been, yeah. Ugh. You guys have seen, if you haven't watched the episodes, watch the episodes because you get to see me looking like silly goose stuff. But if you've been watching the episodes, you've been seeing how spackled my face has been. If you like makeup, you know that skincare is just as important as the makeup itself, if not more. So the way that I get all of this, I'm trying to I hope someday we'll have like a lot of I don't know what our viewer demographics are, but this is for people who wear makeup.
We have a lot of people in Brazil, apparently.
Brazil.
Okay, so Brazilians, my Brazilian ladies. And
Brazil, I don't speak Portuguese, but I love you.
my ladies, babies, and gentlemen.
Daddy, please.
This is a company called Softimo from Korea, I believe. This is a really awesome cleansing oil. So what I do to take all my makeup off is I use this first, and it melts all of the makeup off, and then it's so much easier. So I don't have to follow it up with I don't have to scrub it a lot and irritate my face. And then I follow it up with a gentle cleanser. So it's like a 2-step cleanser. And then one of my moisturizers that I love is First Aid Beauty. I want this First Aid Beauty. It's called the Ultra Repair Cream. I like it because it has ceramides in it that help with the skin barrier. it's got a lot of good stuff in it. And I feel like I have really sensitive skin. It doesn't bother my skin, and it keeps it nice and moisturized, especially in the winter. And then at night, every single night without fail, this stuff is like my holy grail. If you want like fancy soft lips that like are gonna make everybody want to smooch you, this is the Laneige. It's a lip sleeping mask, and it just like feels, it's so delightful. You need just like a teeny bit. I've had this for like 3 months and I've barely made a dent in it. It's gonna last for like ever. So like that's my process for like what I do after all of this. And those are kind of like my 3 holy grail products that I searched for a long time to find. And I finally settled on these for the last year or so. So that's what I'll do after this.
I just love that we brought you on, Val, because if you look at like our demographics of what we talk about, and if you looked at it in like in a graph form, it would just be like nerd stuff like right here. And then all of a sudden you came on as like a spike into like other shit that we would never have covered before.
Hey man.
Well,
I mean, you.
In the nerd category.
I mean, this is a nerd. I'm a nerd, but like my nerd stuff is just makeup nerd stuff.
No,
And that,
I
like,
know, but it's just
bones.
funny. We've always had like specific things that we have, and it's just like, oh, you know that oh yeah, they just talk about this. No, they have that girl up there now that she makeup and shit. Like, yeah, no. What?
She always looks like a crazy person and talks about makeup and bones.
And Pumbaa.
Oh yeah, your warthog bones. Yeah. I am gonna call on Steve because he's not paying attention.
My cat is actually just attacking me, and I don't know why.
Your kitty got so big.
Yes, and she's becoming a little handful.
That was the size of Samoa when I first got her. Do you want to see what she looks like now?
So that's why I'm not paying attention. I'm listening.
Okay, what's your recommendation, Steve?
My recommendation today is actually going to be Rock Horror Picture Show, because I watched it last night and I remembered how much of a boss ass movie it is.
Way to stay on recommending older stuff. You're like our vintage recommender.
I mean, someone has to.
Yeah.
So for anyone who hasn't seen it, definitely watch it. And I still have to see it live.
Oh, there's the chunk.
See, I used to go to the midnight shows all the time. Years ago, back in the early 80s. Used to go all the time on the weekends and dress up and do the whole thing. Bring the lighters and the toilet paper and the rice and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's something I still want and need to do.
Because he used to go too.
But I really recommend watching the movie. Yeah, it's interesting.
I was stealing my cat. Did you say the Rocky Horror Picture Show is your recommendation?
Yes, it is.
You motherfucker.
You're welcome, John.
Did he steal yours, John?
He didn't steal it, but I was thinking about it tonight.
Oh, okay.
I watched it the other night.
By the way, Justin, make sure that Amber watches just this part of the podcast so she can see Samoa.
Okay. I tell her all the time to watch, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, sure, maybe next week."
She won't.
Look at the kitties.
Mine ran away.
Mine are all
Justin,
downstairs.
is this the aunt who took Oreo?
Huh?
Is this
no?
your...
My grandmother took Nana.
Okay.
Took Oreo. Yes. No, Nana took Oreo.
Oh my God, such a chunker.
She's a big old chunk now.
Which is hilarious because Oreo is still the same size.
Nelson, look at the kitty.
Nice.
Your cat blends into your background. I love it.
So, John, what's your recommendation?
So, my recommendation is actually the beer that I pulled out as a joke, the Mackeson Stout. It's absolutely wonderful. It's a triple X milk stout. It's brewed in Trinidad and Tobago. It's actually brewed in the same area or the same brewery that Carib Lager is. It's super fun to drink, super light, even though it's a nice dark beer. And hey, Steve, do you have that beer next to you?
I have my Arizona because I don't have a beer.
Oh, I thought well, I'm going to crack this bad boy.
Well,
Steve,
if you had told me you were going to do this bit, I did have a cider.
Ooh, what you drinking?
Ooh.
I had a cider that I was drinking earlier.
If we're gonna drink
So-
hard cider, family, we're gonna drink my brother's hard cider.
Listen,
goddammit.
I've already
Well,
told
this-
you, get me a case. I will drink one on air every single
Yes.
week.
Get me some cider and I will drink it on air.
Okay.
So
And
anyway,
a t-shirt.
as you guys know, I'm a formerly huge fan of a show on Spike TV called The Man Show.
Of course you are.
And as we
I'm in
end
for
that
it.
show with the classic, I mean, there's two things that we end the show with. One is girls jumping on trampolines. We don't have the budget for that. Two
Yes, we
is
do.
the Ziggy Zaggy.
Find me a trampoline, dude. It's not gonna look pretty, but
So Steve, if you'll partake with me,
I'll definitely do this. I kinda
Ziggy
wish I-
Zaggy, Ziggy
Ziggy
Zaggy,
Zaggy, oi,
oi, oi.
Ziggy
Zaggy,
Zaggy,
Ziggy
Ziggy
Zaggy,
Zaggy, oi,
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 oi.
oi.
amen.
This is a recommendation. This is how we're ending it. What's going
Ryan,
on?
one.
Ryan, go. What's your recommendation, Ryan?
What? Oh,
Ryan,
Right here.
Oh, you
Echo
got
Button.
the button.
what the fuck are those?
They were on sale. They were on sale with on Prime Day. They are wireless earbuds. They come with Bose noise canceling already installed. The actual got a pretty good charge time. Pretty much the same as most earbuds, except for they have Alexa already installed into them. So you
Shut
can
up.
control
That's a no for
all
me,
your
dog.
Alexa
that's
stuff
gross.
through
That's
Oh,
your earbuds.
yeah.
You know, so that Amazon can hear everything you do in and out of the home.
Dude,
Well,
my
actually-
My
house.
favorite meme is the fact that like all these people are like, oh yeah, I'm an IT person, therefore nothing in my house is smart.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm on the belief that I don't fucking care. I know that they can hear everything that I'm
Yeah.
doing, and I don't do anything important
Yeah.
enough that I care. So
Listen,
I've given up.
the government knows what
amazing.
kind of porn I watch. There's nothing worse they can decipher from me.
I know. I mean, if they were gonna get you, they'd have gotten you already. So I think.
They'd have gotten me off already too. Woo!
Oh,
The government?
okay.
We're
Mary
watching
Jane,
Trump again?
do you have something to recommend to our viewers? Do you have anything you've done lately, used lately?
Well, seeing as I'm going to stay on topic for tonight, and I'm going to highly
If you say
recommend
the Warrens, I will mute your
movie
microphone.
for you guys. The Changeling, 1980 or 81, George C. Scott, awesome ghost movie. So I'll
yeah.
tonight's theme. I didn't know about the recommendation thing. So if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend watching it. It's a great ghost kind of movie, scares the bejesus out of you. Not a lot of special effects, which makes it even scarier.
Ooh.
So I would definitely recommend it.
Ooh.
I kind of feel
Nice.
like that's a movie I'm gonna have to watch now.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's very good.
Very cool.
I like it.
So that's my recommendation for tonight.
Oh, shit. I forgot one thing. Are we done with recommendations?
No, we have Justin's.
I had
Justin,
two.
do yours. I have one more after you.
Okay. I'll do mine really quick. My two is a video game. The video game's called Crawl. It's actually on sale on the Nintendo eStore right now. It's a dungeon crawler couch co-op where one person plays the hero and the other people play the dungeon. And it's pretty awesome. It's pretty fun. And it's a very unique concept. So I'm looking forward to playing it with other people, but by yourself is really fun too. And the show is Cougar Town. I am a huge Scrubs fan, and I have for the longest time been meaning to watch Cougar Town, and I just haven't. And I don't know why, because it's basically it's set in the Scrubs universe, and it's Bill Lawrence's other awesome show. And for the longest time, I've been meaning to watch it, and I haven't. And now I'm watching it, and I absolutely love it because there's so many little things. There's so many little I forget what the hell they're called again. Not great on the words, but not references. There's
Backgrounds.
Callbacks.
Best references, callbacks, whatever. There's things that they say, there's things that they do that reference back to Scrubs. So
Easter eggs.
Yeah, Easter eggs is probably the better thing to say. I don't know. It's an awesome show. It's really funny, and I don't know why it took me so long to watch it, but I just realized it was on Hulu the other day, and I started watching it, and I'm really enjoying it. So, Cougar Town and the game called Crawl.
Nice.
Excellent.
Okay, John.
I have a podcast for people.
Yeah, you're on it. Okay, we're gonna end.
No, some friends of mine just recorded and are about to release their very first podcast ever. And I wanted to send some listeners their way. It's called Books and Betches, Betches. I only just found out about it during this podcast, so I just want to be upfront. I haven't listened to it yet, but if I can use our listener base as like a thing, we have that weird, nerdy, cool demographic, and then whatever Val brings to it as well. It's three women who just kind of like, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It's three women who just like talk about books in their podcast. Like we did a book trio. I cannot wait for us to do a call back to that trio and possibly have at least one or two of them on the show with us.
Yeah.
So at this time on Tuesday, October 27th, I do not have where you can find their podcast. My phone has died and I can't get on Instagram right now.
So that's bringing me. So I am creating a our friends section of our website that's going to have all of that. So if you throw me their info, I will add that to the list of
100%. I will do that. I just want to say it was recorded at Royal Fox Studio in Shelton, where we ourselves considered recording at one point.
We will one day. Really? He has offered us a free recording session.
Yep.
And the only thing holding us back is the fact that it's not so safe right now to do that.
Yeah.
Really. So
that's how I noticed it. That's how I got involved with it. It's a former friend of mine from high school, who I kept in touch with sort of. But I just wanted to say to those people who are on that podcast, welcome. It's nothing but more fun after episode 1.
Yes.
Maybe skip your next trio of episodes, and then go into like a holiday episode, perhaps.
And then have fun.
And then like the next 75 episodes are hilariously good.
Yes.
Watch.
So that's our.
Don't forget to write some letters to Timmy.
Fuck Timmy.
It's Bobby, you dicks.
Fuck Bobby.
So, I mean, the best advice that we can probably give them, and everyone's going to agree, is it doesn't
use
sound,
BJ brand condoms.
Yeah, it doesn't sound, or it's not great to begin with. You don't know what you're doing. You don't have the flow. It doesn't, I don't know, but just stick with it and it gets better. The more you put into it and the more you know what you're doing, the more you lay the foundation of what you're doing. Yeah.
The more you learn.
Yeah. So we will throw that up on our friends, and because they're not part of our network, so we can't like say go to our network to listen to them, but we'll throw that up.
While we're on that topic, go to our network, give us a shot.network, listen to stuff
That's
about
at the
sports,
end of my thing.
the Pain Train Pipe Bomb. I just wanted to name drop a few of them.
I'm gonna say it anyways.
Yeah. Okay, we are at the end of our episode. Thank you for listening or watching us. If you want to listen to us again or catch up on any of our other episodes, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, YouTube, and a handful of other podcast platforms. If you can't find us on your favorite podcast platform, please let us know so I can work on getting us there. Our tagging to use to find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and more is 3EP Podcast. Our website that we were just referencing is 3eppodcast.com. Please come check it out. We live stream our episodes almost every Tuesday around 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Please give us a like and most definitely comment so we know what you think about what we're doing, and let us know if you have any questions or suggestions. If they're listening to us on SoundCloud or any of our other platforms that apply, what do they do, Steve?
Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Let us know what you think about our podcast. You heard it?
Funny face.
Nope, don't like that. Nope.
Didn't like it one bit.
And like John was saying, please also remember to check out our network at giveusaShot.network, where you can find our sister podcasts as well as our t-shirts and merch. We also have a t-shirt up for sale on our website as well. So yeah, that's us.
Party.
Hey, just for the record, when you buy one of our shirts, you're not like sending us $25 directly. You're basically just saying like, hey, what you did was funny enough for me to support you a little bit.
Yeah.
And we genuinely appreciate that.
For every
Absolutely.
shirt, I think we get like $4.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
that $4 means that I don't have a shitty microphone. I have a nice microphone like this one.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still filming from my iPad, so
Well,
I'm
we
doing
haven't
it from
done
my
any
phone.
shirt sales,
Val.
and we've have one shirt that was bought, and it's sitting downstairs in my closet. So
I kid you not. If we as a podcast, well, we can talk about this after, decide to print up in bulk like 100 or 200 shirts, and you send 100 up to Boston, I will sell them by hand.
you got to put them in a t-shirt gun and just shoot them.
I will shoot them point blank into some dude's sternum.
All right.
Are you going to make a potato gun for this?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are we ready to end?
yes, we are ending. Everyone say goodbye to our listeners. Thank you, Mary Jane, for being on. It was very
Thank
fun.
you, Aunt Mary
Welcome. It was
Jane.
fun, guys. All
Thanks
right.
for coming.
Bye.